हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, क्रैक ग्रेड बी के ऑनलाइन लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म पे आपका स्वागत है। आज हम इस वीडियो में डिस्कस करेंगे कि फेज़ वन का जो है 30 डेज में कैसे प्रिपेयर किया जाए कि एटलीस्ट फेज़ वन के लिए फेज़ वन क्वालिफाई करके फेज़ टू के लिए एलिजिबल हो जाएं। तो दिस वीडियो मेनली फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स हु हैव नॉट येट स्टार्टेड देयर प्रिपरेशन एंड those who are in thinking mode that they should apply for this exam or not. They should those who are eligible, I will suggest them to apply for this exam, and last date is I think 24th of Jan, so you should apply, and exam most probably will be on time as the number of exams are currently being conducted. So don't wait for the means that SEBI will delay or IBPS will delay this exam. So most probably exam will happen on time. So 30 days are there, so you can, if you will start the preparation from now, so you can at least qualify this exam. You will prepare seriously, as you know that paper 1 only 30% marks you have to secure minimum marks, and paper 2 minimum 40 marks, and out of 200 80 marks you have to secure. And in paper 1 GA plus QRE section will be there. Those who are preparing for the banking exams, so they are well prepared for this section, and easily anyone can score with 30% marks easily. And similarly in paper 2, if you will target some topics, then you can score, means you can get at least minimum marks that are required for this exam. So we will tell in the detail that how to, means what topics you have to focus, what topic you have to focus for this exam. So subject by subject we will discuss. First is commerce and accountancy. This is the syllabus. First chapter is accounting as financial information system. So what need to be studied from this basic concept and accounting and its terminology? There are different terminology like uh, asset, liability, what is asset, what is liability, what is accounting standard, what is current liabilities, what is working capital, different definition. So you have to cover those terminology. And second chapter is AS, so accounting standard. For this phase one, don't go for the numerical portion, as less chances they will ask the numerical. I don't believe they will ask the numerical in the paper one, sorry, phase one. So don't focus. If you have means you are going to start preparation now only, then don't go for the paper means numerical portion, leave for phase two. So method of depreciation, scope, applicability of AS, means basic concept. Don't go much in depth, only the applicability of AS and what is scope, and mainly definition given and under every accounting standard which is given in the syllabus. So you have to cover these. Next chapter is cash flow statement. Cash flow statement only you can do the things. What are the operating activities? What are the investing activities? What are the financing activities? Similarly, no need to go for the numerical part here also. Current asset, these I am suggesting to those who have not yet started the preparation. All those who are preparing, means who are targeting SEBI since long back, then they don't need to follow this video. Only those who have not yet started, those who want to do selective study. So funds flow statement, uh, current asset, current liabilities, means asset liability equation, working capital related concept you need to study. And all these things, if you not subscribe any content, then it is available under ICA website. So in their every topic, in their every PDF, at the last they have given summarized content, so you can study that summarized content. Next is financial statement analysis, schedule 3 of the Company Act. That will be more than enough for this chapter. Even for phase 2, last time question were asked. So this is the schedule 3 of the Companies Act, like asset, equity and liabilities. You can see that given shareholder fund, what are the various subheading, share capital, reserve and surplus. So the question asks that which of the following is a non-current liability. So these are the non-current liabilities, these are the current liabilities. So all these things you have to study for the this topic, fund flow, sorry, financial statement analysis, and the provision of various provision is there in the Company Act. related to the financial statement analysis, very section, important section. So that you have to study. Ratio analysis, basic concept and definition, like this. 1 minute. There are different type of ratios: liquidity ratio, capital structure, leverage ratios, profitability ratios, activity ratios. So example I can give that, like in current ratio, what is, sorry, in liquidity ratio, what is current ratio, what is quick ratio or acid test ratio. So these type of things, what is the ideal current ratio, like what is ideal quick ratio. This basic definition, debt equity ratio, this basic definition you need to cover in this ratio analysis and definition. Don't go for the numerical part currently. If you know the formula, then you can also do the numerical, but it is mainly numerical part is important for phase 2. Don't go, if you are targeting, means if you have not yet started the preparation, then do selective study and stick to the definition. And those who are targeting sorry, those who are well prepared, I will advise them, they can continue their preparation as they are doing. Only for those who are doing selective study or they have not yet started the preparation. So these for the two chapters, accounting for share capital transaction, including bonus share, right share, stock option, and buyback of share. I think chapter 4 of the Companies Act will be enough for this. If you will study the chapter 4 of the Companies Act, that will be enough for these two chapters for phase 1. And for phase 2, there are number of things which are similar in chapter 4. So you need to focus on chapter 4 carefully for these two topics, these two chapters. Preparation and presentation of company final accounts, meaning of company, maintenance of book of account, annual return. There are various provision in the Company Act related to this, when as per which section the company have to file the annual return and they have to maintain the books of account under which section. So these such type of sections can be asked in the exam. Last time also were asked. So these are topics you can easily cover in 5-6 days maximum. And next is management function. You have to study the basic concept of all the function, little bit in depth, and don't go much depth, but little bit depth, like what is planning, what are various process in planning, organization, staffing, directing, controlling. If anyone can easily learn these topics. Next is leadership theories, main theory. You have to study at least definition of those theories. Similarly, in HRD, you can study the various performance appraisal method, training development, MBO, management by objective, all theories of motivation, important theories like two-factor theory, and there are a number of theories. So important theories that are being discussed means everywhere. So these theories you can at least do the definition, because in phase 1 they definitely will keep the questions easy. They will not make the paper difficult. And similarly in communication, the basic concepts you have to study at least what are the various means of the communication, and different type of things are given in the chapter. So don't go in much depth and get the basic idea of all these chapters. In theories, you at least definition you have to definition, and the person who has given the theory, name of that person, that will be enough for this phase 1. That this management part you can easily do in 4 to 5 days easily. Finance part, role and function of regulatory bodies like RBI, SEBI, NABARD, and National Housing Bank, Exim Bank, all these regulatory bodies you have to study. IPO and primary and secondary market, these are such type of things are important, like IPO process, intermediaries, various type of intermediaries like merchant banker, stock broker, what are depositories, what are underwriter, portfolio manager. In secondary market, equity share process, how they are sold at exchange, and NSC, about NSC, BSC, and various clearing corporation, what is the procedure, how the share trading take place. So these things are important. And SEBI circulars, latest SEBI circular, important circular. And similarly in regulatory bodies, RBI last for 5 months important circular. You can go through. Those who are preparing since long, they can focus on the circular, but those who are targeting only to qualify, so don't go for the circular currently. These basic definition of these two topics. Similarly, in forex, money and bond equity market, I will suggest you like money market, commercial paper, certificate of the deposits, T-bills, various types of bonds. You can study in the derivative, forward, future, what are forward and future, call and put option concept. You must be aware. Nifty, Sensex, these things you can study. Nifty and Sensex. Recent development in the financial sector. Recent, mainly RBI important circular you have to study. Payment bank, small finance bank, and any other event happened in last 4 to 5 months. That is more than enough. Financial inclusion, use of technology, NPSCI website or Ministry of Finance schemes will be more than enough. NPCI website, National Payment Corporation of India, you will see there number of terminology like UPI, BMAP, and other things that you have to study from there. Direct and indirect taxes, GST, basic concept of income and GST, what are the various heads, what are the various sections. So get a basic idea, don't go in depth because 1 or 2 questions will be asked. So you have to target only the cutoff. Similarly, 15th Finance Commission you can target, and upcoming budget, because it will be very important because exam is on 20th. So they can ask the number of questions from budget also in GA part as well as in the finance part. So FRBM, but FRBM important recommendation related to fiscal deficit or states fiscal deficit that you can study. 15th Finance Commission only basic important highlights. Similarly, budget highlights. In inflation chapter, that is the common in that this topic you will study in the economics also, that inflation, various types of inflation, consumer price index, wholesale price index, IIP. These things you have to study. The basic details you need to get out so that you can easily answer the question, because option based question 5 options will be there. So if you have a basic idea, you can. And for the costing, I will say that one document is there in ICA website. This one, all the notes are there, 49 pages document. You can learn the basic concept. It is given in very brief, means and you can easily get the topics of all the topics mentioned in the syllabus, like elements of cost. This is given. Material cost, cost and management accounting is also given. Basic concept is given easily, and you can easily learn from this PDF. Cost sheet, about cost sheet they have given what are the like other these costing methods like batch costing, job costing, contract costing, like what are material cost, labor cost, overhead. Everything is given in detail, and these are short notes type. So you can these notes are enough for this phase 1, and don't go in depth. At least get the basic. 1 minute. Get the basic idea of everything. Lean system innovation. This also you can learn basic concept of all the, at least definition you must be aware about the, for the phase 1. So it will not take maximum 2 to 3 days. So you can revise the costing notes from this. Costing is very important for phase 1 as well as phase 2. Phase 2 specifically numerical portion. Numericals will be asked mainly from the costing, number of numericals. In Companies Act, 3 to 4 days maximum you can take, and chapter 3 is very important. Chapter 4 is also important, as you will study the chapter 4 for the commerce and accountancy also. So all other chapters are small, and you can leave one chapter which is lengthy. I think chapter 12 and chapter 27. Few things you can left, like penalty, major penalty, because everywhere in each chapter penalty is there, so you will not be able to remember all the penalties. And don't try to remember the section currently. So few section I will advise to remember for this Companies Act. I will suggest you like section related to the ESOP, buyback, bonus share, right share related sections, which are given this in chapter 4, I think. And in chapter some section are important like IPO. IPO issuance is given under which section of the Company Act. Red herring prospectus. So 5 to 10 section are important only. All other things you need to go through the every chapter and study that one. Easily you can do these things in 3 days. Must get the basic idea because you have to do it fast. Then you need to revise everything. So revision you have to do selective chapters, selective topics. You have to do revision. And in economics, get the basic idea of every chapter. You can leave the some chapter that are difficult. Don't go in much depth. Like you can leave this chapter multiplier and accelerator and demand supply of money. You have to study ISLM. You have to study the basic. These are the basic things you can easily learn at least. Demand and supply. At least you do if you will do the MCQs of these chapter. That will also be more than enough. National income you have to study basically GDP, GVA concept, GDP, NDP, national income related concept, GVA concept. So simple question will be asked. Similarly, demand supply concept you must be aware. Like inflation and Phillips curve, inflation types of inflation and Phillips curve is also important. Business cycle, various phases in a business cycle that you need to study. BOP concept, basic definition. Foreign exchange market you can leave for the phase 2. Monetary policy, fiscal policy, important things, various definition under the policy, basic concept you can go through the various definition. NBFC also, if you want to leave, can leave for the phase 1, but you can study for this for phase 2. So it will take for maximum 5 to 6 days for the economics also. And I will suggest you go at least basic definition of all these topics which are mentioned, like demand and supply concept you can easily learn. Market structure, various type of market structure per, and Keynesian and classical approach what they are saying. So basic definition based question were asked the last SEBI grade exam. And various demand supply of money, so you can do only these M1, M2, M3 money. So question will be asked from this topic only. You need to do selective study if you want to cover the syllabus in less time, like 30 days. Like inflation and Philip curve, what they will ask, they can ask that any type of definition like stagflation, yeah, or they can ask the Phillips curve related question. Similarly, in business cycle, phases of business cycle, they can ask balance of payment, basic concept of balance of payment, monetary policy, fiscal policy. They can ask the budget related question as well as in the monetary policy and fiscal policy. Monetary policy MPC is there, monetary policy committee of RBI. They can ask the question on this. So NBFC, if you want to leave, or I will suggest you leave this topic for means you can study this for phase 2 if you want to do selective study. And all these definitions you have to cover because the question will definitely they will ask. And it will take total content you can study in 25 days, and parallel to this you have to study at least 2 months current affair, and 2 months current affairs specifically target to RBI plus SEBI related news, because most of the question you will see from this RBI SEBI related news you have to cover. And those who are means prepared, those who are preparing for banking exams, they can easily cover, do the question of, easily solve the question of reasoning and quant, so and English. So focus on only paper 2. So in 25 days you can cover the syllabus and 5 days left for revision, so do the revision. And if you are working to take leave for that time, and easily you can easily cover the syllabus in 30 days by selective study. I had given the examples how you have to study the selective topics. Once again, you can see the example of some like management chapter is a leadership theory. So there are theories, some important theories. You have to like martial law theories. So you to study the definition what he is saying, and the name you have to remember who is given this theory. So this type of question they will ask. Similarly, management function chapter 4 for this accounting for share transaction, bonus share, rights share. Means everything is given in this chapter 4 11 to this. Ratio analysis again, like quick ratio, current ratio, asset turnover ratio, basic definition you can learn, accounting terminology. So easily you can means study in 25 days all the topics, and selective study you can do, and after that you can at least 5 days you have to do revision. So and one more chapter topic was there, share capital. So share capital, at least all these definitions you can learn easily given. Means you can find videos, and in the Google also you will find the content. I mean in ICA website they have clearly explained what is authorized capital, what is issued capital, what is unissued capital. So these basic things you can learn, and those who don't want to search at their self, so we are providing the course, and that is available. It is the most economical course including video lectures for and MCQs, mocks. Currently price is 2000 only, and there are selective notes, PDF notes available. You can easily revise in 30 days all the content. Also there are videos on every topic almost to get, means if you want to clear your concepts, and numerical portion you want to learn, that will be helpful in phase 2, uh, is covered in this course only, and price is rupees 2000 only, and this is the most economical content, and specific also. So you can share this video with your friends or those who have not yet started preparation and want to appear in this exam, and keep preparing for the exam. Don't think that SEBI will extend the exam date. Likely there are chances due to UP election on the same day, 20th February. There are chances they can delay the exam 1 or 2 days, but they will not delay more. So keep preparing, and